Hey, 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 you know what day it is? It is Tuesday Tea with D. 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 Hey, 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 it's your girl, Detra Trueheart, your life purpose generator, purpose provoker, and iSpeaklife mentor with another serving of tea this week with Tuesday Tea with D. And this Tuesday Tea with D is brought to you by iSpeaklife Live 2022, the Empowerment Experience for Women, which is happening December 2nd through the 4th, 2022 in Niagara Falls, New York. And so you want to get all the details at iSpeakLifeLive.com because tickets are getting ready to go on sale and you do not want to miss out the early bird tickets. Okay. So today, our tea is not tea. Actually, we're drinking lemon water. I was in the mood for lemon water. I've been trying to do better at drinking water and even just kind of cleansing myself and detoxing myself. And so I decided that I wanted to just have some warm lemon water today, although I'm probably going to have some tea a little later as I'm working and doing some other things. So just for the spirit, right, of taking a sip of good old tea. And it actually is, I don't mind lemon water. Some people don't like it, but I love lemon water, whether it's cool or whether it is warm. So listen. Ooh, good, good, good. All right. So today's conversation is around this topic, and it's called Stop Confusing Perfectionism or Perfection with Excellence. Stop confusing perfection with excellence. They are not the same. And this thought came to me this morning while I was doing my morning Bible study. And the Bible study was on my phone, and the devotional was called Thieves of Time. It is a 5-day reading plan. And she really just talks about just kind of how Jesus was excellent in all that he did, right? He pursued excellence in all that he did. And then she kind of talks a little bit about how excellence can turn into perfection, right? Or our pursuit of excellence can turn into perfection. And I know a little bit about that as a somewhat former perfectionist, someone who likes everything to be right, who wants every, T to be crossed and I to be dotted, which there's nothing wrong with that. But I think sometimes we get caught up in like the mundaneness and so many like just the minutia of details that we don't take action. Right. And so it's like, oh, well, I just want it to be right. I want to be able to make sure we are presenting excellence. And I want to make sure that everything is like just so, and it's got to be just this way. And so while you're just this and just that, and child, you are missing your time. Okay. And I think it's important because there are some things that I feel like whomever I'm talking to, you specifically, that there's some things that you should be doing that you are still trying to do in an excellent way, but you're confusing excellence with perfection. You want it to be perfect, right? So if it's not perfect, then it's not excellence, and that's not true. Doing things through in excellence, right, does not always have to mean that it's got to be the most perfect thing. And so I want you to change your perspective around excellence versus perfection, right? We are not here to try to make everything perfect because it's not going to be perfect. There's no such thing as perfectionism, right? Perfection really doesn't exist. It is, it just doesn't exist. I'll leave it at that, right? And I know we like to say like, wow, like that's perfection. I love that, just the way, but I'm sure that even in our perfections, like there's some imperfections. And so I want you to take some time this week and take action with excellence. I want you to do all the things that you do with excellence, right? Even I think Colossians 3:23, and it doesn't use the word excellent. At least I don't believe it does. I could probably look it up here, but it says do everything with your heart and soul as heartily as unto God, right? Do it as if you are doing it for God. And that to some extent is to do it with excellence. It doesn't mean do it with perfection, do it perfectly, right? There are some things that you're gonna like have to tweak, right? There's some things that you may end up having to change at some point, but if you're waiting for it to be perfect, you're gonna be waiting for it forever. And many people, including you, have said, well, I'm just gonna wait for the perfect time. You're still waiting, aren't you? And so instead of waiting for the perfect time, right, do it now and do it in excellence. Do it the best way you know how to do it. Give it your all, right? Be present in that space. That's doing it with excellence. That's excellence, right? At the highest capacity of how you can do it. Don't slack, don't be lazy, don't do it haphazardly, right? That's what we're talking about here. And there's some things that you have not even taken action on, and so it's not even that you're not even doing it with excellency because you're not taking action. So that's today's conversation. Like I'm not going to beat a dead horse. I don't even know if that's the right saying, but I really feel like we need to make sure that we are doing things in a diligent and in an excellent way, and we are not camouflaging excellence with perfection. Or we're not camouflaging excellence with perfection, thinking that it's only excellent when it's perfect. It's only excellent when it's just right? There's never going to be a just right. You're always going to have to tweak something, and you're always learning, right? And so as you take this next step into whatever it is that you're supposed to be doing, right? Even if you're waiting for the perfect time, no such thing. The time is now, right? If you're waiting for the perfect opportunity, no such thing. Every opportunity is an excellent opportunity for you to jump right in, right? And so I think it's, we want to make sure that we are moving in excellence as opposed to seeking perfection. I'll say that again. We want to make sure that we are moving in excellence as opposed to seeking perfection. The two are two totally different things, and so I don't want you confusing them. I don't want you feeling like what you're doing is not excellent because it's not perfect. If you are putting your whole heart into it, if you are operating in integrity, if you are doing what it is that you're supposed to be doing, then I would say that you are operating in excellence. And I even want to say, I want to pull this up really quickly because I want to read it to you, where she talks about like having a fierce commitment to excellence, right? She said that there are people all over the world in all sorts of vocations who have the same commitment. Perhaps you're one of them. It's a deep-seated desire to do everything well, to be the kind of worker who breaks free from the status quo, to do the kind of work that stands out in the overcrowded market of mediocrity. If drive is the vehicle that moves our work, then excellence is carefully positioned behind the wheel. Excellence guides all that we do. It's what makes us choose the right color scheme for that team presentation. It's what beckons us to do a little more research for that company proposal. It's what allows us to quietly but potently reflect on who God is to the world around us, right? And so in those spaces of wanting to do things well, let us not confuse trying to do things perfectly with doing them in excellence. So that was your tea today on our Tuesday Tea with D. I want to encourage you to share this with someone. I want to encourage you to subscribe to my YouTube channel, as well as like and comment below. And if I'm sharing this anywhere else, make sure that you are responding and letting me know how this is speaking to you, because I do read the messages. I do respond to the messages. And it just lets me know that what I'm saying is speaking to you, right? The other thing I want to share, and I opened up with this, that this specific today's Tuesday Tea with D is brought to you by the iSpeaklife Empowerment Experience for Women, which is happening this year in a little over 2 months, really actually 2 months to be exact. It will be happening in Niagara Falls, New York, at the Hyatt Place, Niagara Falls. And so I'd love for you to join me there. It is a Friday. We start 10 a.m. on Friday and we close out at 2 p.m. on Sunday. There's VIP such and suches that are happening as well. So there is an opportunity to register for VIP. And so early bird opens up in the next couple of days. And so I would encourage you to go to iSpeakLifeLive.com, iSpeakLifeLive.com in order to sign up and get more details. An email list that you can sign up to so that you can get details and be the first to sign up for early bird registration. And so with that being said, hopefully you enjoyed this week's serving of tea, and hopefully, or my lemon water, right? And hopefully you will take some time to think about in what areas of your life you have been masquerading or camouflaging excellence with perfection, thus causing you not to take action, thus causing you not to move forward, and even to some extent causing you to focus on things that really you shouldn't be focusing on, right? And so when we're doing things in excellence, we want everything that we do to be done in excellence, but sometimes we're focusing so much on the minor that we forget about the major. And so let's major on the major things, and I think when we major on the major things, the minor things will take care of themselves. But let's also stop masquerading, let's stop camouflaging, let's stop kind of acting like we're actually doing stuff when we're not. It's called procrastination. And that is also connected to perfection, and it's also connected to fear. And so I just want to challenge you to take action. I want to challenge you to continue to pursue excellence and do the thing. Okay. So I'll see you next week. I'll see you next time for another edition of Tuesday Tea with D. Tuesday Tea with D. Tuesday Tea with D. Tuesday Tea with D. Hey. See you next week.